Hello, everybody. I just wanted to get on today to share a word that I received last month on August 12th, 2023. And actually, I got the first part of this word in February of 2023. But I knew at the time that the first part of the word that I received was that it was not a complete word. And I also knew that it was not the time at that time when I received it to release it. But now is the time to release it, so I need to release it. Actually, it's past time because I really felt led to release it before September, but things happened, we got sick, and so I wasn't able to. But here is the word, and I wanted to share it with you so that we know what to do in this time, and we know that God is encouraging us in this time. Here it goes. Hanani, here am I. It is the word Abraham spoke when God called him to sacrifice his only son. It is what Moses answered when God called him from the burning bush. It is the response Isaiah cried when he saw Yehovah Sabaoth sitting on the throne, asking, "Whom shall I send? Who shall go for us?" It is more than a simple statement. It is a willingness and readiness to be sent by the living God before knowing what will be asked of you. The Spirit of the Most High God is calling to you now from beyond the burning bush to step into your destiny, to walk the path He has laid out before you. He is ready to equip and anoint you for what He has written about you, what He has planned for you from before the foundations of the earth. Arise and be counted. Stand in strength and boldness. Stand firmly for truth, justice, and all that is righteous. Do not be afraid of what is coming. Do not be shaken out of your mind with fear of what is about to overtake the earth. Do not fear the woke. Be awakened now. Do not bend your knee to cancel culture. Stand for righteousness. A voice cries out in the wilderness, "Prepare the way of the Messiah. A way will be made in the desert. The valleys will be raised up, the mountains made low." Do not cower at their threats to cancel and enslave you. You are who I say you are. The perceived authority they have has no power over you. Their wicked plans for you will not touch you, but come upon their own heads. Do not fear the calamity owed to them. You will only see it with your eyes and see the wicked paid back. Now is the time to stand. Now is the time to speak. Open your mouth and let my word pour out and engulf the dry desert land. Let it water the scorched hearts of the lost. Let it wash away the blemishes of the people's transgressions. Have you not asked for my spirit to pour out? Have you not asked me to cleanse your land? Have you not appealed for my spirit and vengeance to flow? So now I will answer as you have petitioned. I will respond as you pray and call out. I will take action as you move in faith. I will forgive and redeem as you harvest. So now go forth. Hanani, here am I, Lord, send me. Make it your heart's cry. My eyes have seen and my ears have heard. Now my mouth will speak. I will place my word in your mouth. Arise and shine, a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Shine forth and be the light of the world I have commanded you to be. And so this is just a very short, simple word, but I feel like what God is saying in this time is it doesn't matter what it looks like you're up against. It doesn't matter what happens in the world, because we are a set apart people. We are to carry out His will on earth as it is in heaven, and to realize what that really means. I was just talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling her I was thinking about it, and I was praying that prayer, the prayer that Jesus, Yeshua, taught us to pray, where He said, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Well, what does that mean? How is God's will done in heaven? When God speaks in heaven, when God thinks, when He moves, it is instant. It is instant and it is magnificent. It's like instantaneous. And that's how it needs to be on earth. And that's how it's going to be very soon. But we need to know that come what may, that there's going to be shaking. The world is going to be shaken. The enemy strongholds on this nation, the United States, is going to be shaken. And then the world. But we will not be shaken. The word says everything that can be shaken will be shaken. But Yeshua said, even if it were possible, even the elect would be deceived. So it's not possible. In this time, we need to stand firmly, firmer than ever before. We need to listen and be led by the Holy Spirit like never before. There's this perceived authority that the woke or our enemy has. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the spirit behind it. The spirit behind these agendas. And so there's a perceived authority that they've had for the past couple of years, especially since COVID, where anytime someone tries to say something contrary to what they're saying, to what their agenda is, they get canceled, or they get shut up, or they get shouted down. But they are not the majority. We are the silent majority in this country. And even in my state, California, I know there's others. There's many more. Even in a state that looks like it's completely lost, there are still some of us who are standing for God and will continue to stand for God and continue to follow what He leads us to do. I had a dream a few months ago. It was the beginning of July. And in this dream, I was at a restaurant with my husband, and we were not in the restaurant where we sit down and eat, but we were in the front area, like the foyer, where we were waiting to be seated. And as we were sitting there, one of my friends walked by, my friend Kenny, who's African American. He was walking by. So I was looking at him because I was going to say hi to him. But as I was looking at him, some other people that were standing around waiting to be seated started saying, "Why are you looking at him like that?" Or "Why are you doing this and that?" Trying to act like I was looking at him because I was racist. And I was like, no, he's my friend. I was going to say hi to him. But they weren't listening. And this older white lady walked up to me and she tried to hit me. And she kind of pushed me. So I put my hands up. And when I put my hands up, she fell. And I kind of fell. But then they were trying to say that I hit that lady. They said, "Why did you punch her?" And they were just just a real woke crowd trying to say that something happened that didn't happen, and trying to make something racist that wasn't racist and had nothing to do with race. So I was laying on the floor, and there was a bunch of people standing around, and there was a guy wearing some really baggy pants. And as I noticed his really baggy pants, I thought to myself in the dream, I wonder if he has a weapon in there. Just after I thought that, he pulled out a gun, and he pointed it at me. I was still laying on the floor, and so I just started praying in the spirit in the dream. And as I was praying in the spirit, he was holding the gun pointed at me, and then he fired the gun, and nothing happened. So I thought, wow, his gun must have misfired, or he must have missed me completely or something. And then I was still praying in the spirit, and I started to become tired. And as I became tired, I thought, well, I'll just take a nap for a minute and keep praying, and we'll see what happens. After a few minutes, I woke up from my nap, and there was a woman there. And she came up to me and she was asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" She was so worried about me. And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "We got to go do what's next. What do we got to do next?" You know, I just knew that there was some kind of mission or something that we had to do next. And everyone else had left, even the guy who had shot his gun at me. And she stopped me and she said, "No." She said, "You died." She said, "You were shot." And I thought about it. And as I thought about it, I could see what happened while I was asleep. I thought I was sleeping, but while I was sleeping, people had left. The paramedics had come and checked my pulse and things, and they didn't find any signs of life. But I didn't feel a thing. And I got up and I was ready to go on to the next part of the mission. So what that says to me is this authority, that gun, you know, that guy had, that this woke mob had, that this agenda that they had, and this perceived authority, it's not going to harm us. This authority is not an authority that can be held over us, that can be used against us. It's not stronger than the authority that we have in us, that Jesus, Yeshua, gave us. He told the disciples, he said, "I've given you authority to trample upon serpents and scorpions and all powers of darkness." So we already have that authority, and the authority that they think they have, it's not going to be able to touch us. So go out with boldness. Stand up for what's right and what you know is true with courage. Be courageous. Don't cower and be worried about being canceled. You can't be canceled. In this time, God is saying their authority is nothing. It has nothing on you. Their lies have nothing on you. It's not going to be able to harm you. So God bless you. I hope you were blessed by this word, and I hope that we can continue to encourage and build up each other in this time, because in this time, there's going to be some times very soon where we're going to have to really lean on each other. We're really going to have to be strong and firm and know that we know who is in control. God bless you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.